So the Veggie Pod arrived, and I was going to do a video of Grant putting it together and just show you how easy it was, but I think he's on to about his 5th hour now of his construction, and he's got it sorted out. It's starting to look pretty good. Oh, better get out the way. I want to stop the construction. So it took him a wee while to get the frames ready. I think these bottom cases went together okay, and now he's putting on these side walls, which has figured it out, so it's all starting to come together well. And somewhere we've got the lid, so we will keep you informed and updated on the construction process. These are the, oh, I better not touch anything, I'll get growled at. As you can see, he's got himself all organised for what he's doing. And then we've got the perlite. So there's 2 bags of perlite, which cost quite a bit, and then I need 8 bags of vegetable compost to go in here. So it's not a cheap exercise just to grow some cauliflowers. Slugs don't eat, so we'll see. I will keep you updated on how we get on. Well, progress is being made. The top is almost together. So, it's bigger than I remember it. When we were at the field days, it seemed smaller. It's quite big, eh?
Well, it's supposed to be 2 meters by 1. So.
We have one large veggie pod all put together. It's got the roof to do now, and it's on its frame. The dogs are going a bit crazy because they think I'm going out to take them for doggy walk. Gets these things. The idea is you fill the bottom with water, and then your soil goes on top of these gadgets, and it fastens. Oops. So yes, the water goes in the bottom, and then the perlite goes on top, and the soil. And the soil can go right up to here, so there's a fair depth of planting space. And then there's the roof to go on. Don't know quite what he's going to do with the roof, but there we are, put together. It's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. We have the Veggie Pod put together and in situ. So I will show you around. This is the hose that connects out onto the water to water everything. And we stood it on these concrete slabs that we had, just so that once the soil gets inside, it doesn't get too heavy, which it is going to get heavy, and we don't want it to go into the ground. So that's the plan there. And this lifts up. We've still got to fix up the string. So there you go, and up there you can see that black hose. So once you get the hose, you can water it, and there's a mister coming out. You can see those little, I don't know if you can see it with the little orange thing on. That's the misting units. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, so you can water your plants. 4 growing spaces, and you fill it right up to the top of the black. So there's quite a bit of space for things to grow. And I don't know if I can work this, I'll rest that on my head. Underneath these is where the water goes, reservoir of water. So you, depending on what the weather's doing, you can leave it without having to water it. So I think it's going to come out well. The last challenge is fixing up this string, which we're going to tie it somewhere so that when you lift this up, it's just held up. And then, I won't do it now, but you push it right down into these catches here, and there's no gaps for little sluggos to climb through. So there is the Veggie Pod, and I'm in the process of moving the strawberries. I'm going to repot some of those strawberries, and yeah, I think they're going to come over here as well, the strawberry place. So yeah, That's a beautiful, beautiful winter's day here today. Just look at that beautiful sky. And yeah, so there's the Veggie Pod. We are in position and we have water in the reservoirs. We've even got water falling out of the overflow hole. So yeah, the water's in the reservoir. So the next job tomorrow is to put the vermiculite stuff in the bottom and then get some garden vegetable soil bags of and fill it up with that. And we've got the strings sort of working, and that thing comes down and it goes pop. Oh, it's tricky. There we go. There we go. And you sluggers, you keep out. It's the pod, Veggie Pod. So I am so far impressed. We'll see how the stuff actually grows. One thing, this whole project is not a cheap option. So these are the vegetable mix for growing that the guy recommended. I normally buy the cheap stuff, so here I've spent a little bit more, and also the perlite. So I'm hoping that I can make some of the sections good enough to grow my carrots in, because I don't have much luck in my soil in the beds. So let's just come back later when I get these beds filled. Not impressed. Look at all this rubbish in it. I'm not going to grow my carrots in that. It's full of stones and that. And that was the expensive stuff. Look at this. It's just the same in the cheap stuff. I'm almost tempted to take this back. This is really bad. So, look at this. Look at all those stones. There's a flipping rock in it. And this was expensive. This is expensive garden mix. Top dollar at their garden shop. So, I put 2 bags in before I decided I didn't like it. That can form the base. The rest of it's going back, and I'll just get the cheap stuff, because the cheap stuff is just the same. We have the Veggie Pod planted, and I am going to shut it down shortly, but I just thought you might like to see what it looks like planted up. I've put carrots in this half, and debating whether to cover them up to help germination, it says, but we might, I don't know, I might just leave them. So we've got, I think I did 4 rows of carrots there, the all-round ones, and we have, as you can see, we've got about that much depth for the carrot to grow. So the guy who sold us the Veggie Pod said that carrots can grow nicely in here as well, and I do plant my brassicas closer together because we don't need a big head, and some of them may not survive because they're They're quite teeny, so we'll see what happens. That stuff on the top is blood and bone. And I did plant a few more brassicas out in these beds here. So I've put some brown onions in there, and I've put the odd brassica. I'm calling them brassicas because it's either cauliflower, cabbage or broccoli. I'm not quite sure what we've got left. And there's a couple, 3 extras that I put in here. And when Grant is free, I will get him to help me put the nets over the baths and the places where the cats are doing some digging. So that's the Veggie Pod. It's in situ, it's got its soil in, and it's got its plants in. So I will keep you informed of how this all works out.